This is KEDT Community Focus. I'm Rob Boskamp. The League of Women Voters Corpus Christi area will host the Women's Equality Day dinner on August 26th at Holiday Inn Airport. The dinner and silent auction is the commemoration by the organization of the historic day in 1920 when American women won the right to vote. I had the privilege of speaking with the organization's president, Alice Upshaw Hawkins, and director of media relations, Nick Jimenez, about the upcoming event. So a lot of exciting things happening with the league. You have your Women's Equality Day dinner coming up on the 26th.
On the 26th of August. We have that every year. It is our major fundraiser for our local chapter because we do produce the voter guides and the candidate guides in front of every election. And so because of the printing costs and the cost to produce that, we have our Women's Equality Day dinner and our silent auction, which is our primary fundraiser. And it is pretty much the biggest event that we have in terms of raising funds to take care of our business.
How much has the event grown over the years?
Well, I've been a part of the league for, about 8 or 9 years now. And last year we had the biggest year ever. And so we're looking to top that. We've got people working fast and furious to try to sell our tables and get our ticket sales out there. And so we are looking forward to a really great event. Hopefully we'll break the record again.
It's important to us as a chapter, but it's important as a historical milestone because it was a major enlargement of the voting franchise in the United States. So it's something to be celebrated by everyone.
I just have a little point of personal privilege here. The league was started in 1945 with Mrs. Green. She and her husband, Saul Green, had a music shop right over here on Alameda. And actually, I was like 15 or 16 years old, and she gave me my first job. I would go in twice a month and send out all of the bills and then record all of the monies coming in and all of that. And she was the first president in 1945. And here I am, 80 years later, the president of the league. And I just wanted to share that.
That's quite a legacy.
It is a legacy.
Quite
It is a
legacy.
legacy.
Yes, it is.
Tell me about the speaker for this year's dinner, Janice Richardson.
Well, Janice is a league leader in a smaller community, and part of what she's going to be doing is giving us information on how to get started, things that we need to consider to encourage people to go out and be active in the community. And I think the biggest message for her is going to be to never give up and do not think that just you are a solitary voice, that it's not making a difference. And I think that's what has happened because she went into an area that had no league presence, and she has built it up in a way that most people probably never thought would happen in a small community. And so she's going to be there to encourage us and give us some tips and pointers on how to keep moving forward, because that is what is so important.
It sounds like a very exciting event.
Yes.
A lot of great things in store for the evening. One of the things is the silent auction. Now, if anyone's curious about what is up for auction, they can check out the webpage. Anything in particular that y'all are kind of excited about having in the auction?
It's all donated by our members and those who want to help. We don't have a particular strain of things. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, plants, antiques, gift cards, you name it, it's on there. And we have been really, really blessed to have that silent auction because that raises the majority of the money that we need to keep running our business. And so we encourage whoever's out there listening, if you haven't bought your ticket, you can go online and get the ticket. You can also determine which dinner you want. We will have a vegan and a regular meal. So we try to accommodate everybody. But the most important thing is it's such a great location to network.
We will soon be issuing a voter's guide for the constitutional amendments, which are coming up in November. This particular guide is being issued by the state because it's a statewide election. So those are very informative, especially with constitutional amendments, because they are complex. And sometimes the title of the amendment gives you very little clue as to what it's really about. So the voter's guide should give you more information and make you a more informed voter as to what's on that ballot. And it's important to vote on those constitutional amendments.
Yes.
That kind of segues into my final question. Right now there's a lot of talk in the Texas House and the Texas Senate about the redistricting. So how does this affect voters?
Well, clearly, redistricting is designed to garner voters to one side or the other. And that's going to be affecting us locally and who represents us and actually the design of the district. And we are hoping that we can get a fair shake at the redistricting so that everybody's voice can carry the same weight and that whomever they vote for, that person will, be lifted up by that individual's vote. But it will affect us. It will affect us in a number of ways depending on how those lines are drawn. And so that's the one thing that we also want to do is to get involved in submitting our own ideas on how the lines should be drawn. And this is how people have their voices heard. We don't always get our way about different things, but it will allow us to have a say in how we vote and what affects us. So we are looking forward to the Voters Guide, but we're also going to have some events as the year goes on to try to help our members and the membership and the community at large on voting and how you can have your voices heard when it comes to redistricting and changing those lines.
This has been Community Focus. Thanks again to Alice Upshaw Hawkins and Nick Jimenez with the League of Women Voters Corpus Christi area for joining me today. The Women's Equality Day is Tuesday, August 26th. Deadline to purchase tickets is Saturday, August 16th. For ticket and silent auction information, visit lwvcc.clubexpress.com.